Hi guys, how you doing? Alright, so time to do a review on this thing, demo, whatever you want to call it. So, EVH 5153 with EL34s. So, a little bit about the amp. Obviously EL34s, two of them, 50 watts in the power stage, and then you have your 12AX7s, 7 of them, ECC83s for anybody that goes by that. So yeah, basically there's not much to tell about the amplifier itself. It's pretty much the same. Everything's the same. Everything's in the same spot that it was on the other one. The only difference is the gain and the volume are now proprietary, so you have, you know, independent for both channels, and they just have them stacked here. So, you know, I'll give you a shot of that then on the front and the back panel after I do the tones and all that stuff. One thing I should mention is I'm running through the camera microphone. My computer is currently indisposed right now. It died. It's charging. So, I'm going to be using that. This is, just for reference, I forget what this is. I don't even know what camera I'm using. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, JVC, Full HD. I think it's called an Vario or whatever the hell. I bought it on eBay used, practically brand new. Barely was used by the person that had it, so that's what I'll be using for the audio. I should note that I haven't tested it out with the microphone with guitars yet. So anyway, let's get to some tones here. So I'll run through each channel. Again, this does not have reverb like the other model. So I have a Sky Surfer here, and that's what I'll be using, TC Electronic. I have it set to Hall. The tone knob is completely noon, so it doesn't fuck with the sound of the amplifier at all, or color it in any way. And that's basically it. I'll give you a shot of that too, so you can see where the settings were for the video. But essentially, I'm not going to mess with the EQ. It's set where I usually have it, so, you know, like I said, I'll give you a shot of that at the end of the video. But the presence and the resonance are both on 10, because, you know, more is more. So, yeah. Anyway, is there anything else I'm forgetting about? Oh, yeah. Cabinet down here, and let me just... There you go. That Marshall cabinet that's sitting there, it's is essentially what I did was, you can't see my face, my stupid face. Anyway, essentially what I did was I took the speakers that were in the 2x12 that came, or that I bought with the amp. Hand it up just a little bit more. And I put them in the Marshall cabinet. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yes, it is an MG cabinet. I got a Guitar Center one. I got this amp because I didn't have money to get, you know, the cabinet for the amplifier at the time. So basically, essentially what I did was, and the reason why I found this out is because I had a Black Star combo, a Stage 60 that I got rid of recently. It wasn't my dad's, but he couldn't take it with him when they moved, so he gave it back to me. Long story short, I didn't, for what I needed, the tones, I didn't really like it all that much, so I sold it. But in the process of trial and error, I found out that the speakers that were in that because you can take the jack out and plug it into another head and use the speakers that are in the existing combo as a 2x12 cabinet. So essentially what I did was I was combining the speakers that were on that, setting it on, setting the combo on top of that, and then on top of this, and then using the speakers from the Black Star and the speakers in the EVH. And for some reason, it's almost like it was giving something that the other speakers were missing and vice versa. So it sounded freaking awesome. And I was like, I should try that with the Marshalls, because they are G12s, but they are G12 MGs. So, it's one of those things. But I like the sound of the speakers that are in this particular cabinet. I'm pretty sure that this is the one that came with the HDFX models, because I know that they changed the speakers when they moved to the carbon fiber, which used to be the gold, and then they moved back to the gold from the carbon fiber, because, Marshall and their strangeness sometimes. So, anyway, so essentially you have the ones that came in that cabinet, which are true Celestion. I think they're the all gold and black lettering. They're called the Vintage 30s. They're the special editions. They're the, I don't know, I'll put a link down in the description just in case you're wondering what speakers are actually in there. So I have those two here, and then the speakers that were in this cabinet stock are the two on the bottom. I was going to exit, but I figured I'd try it just like that and see what it sounded like, and it worked. It sounds good. It sounds very Marshall-esque, and it fits this amp very well. So without running on too long here, that's all you need to know for now. So we're going to start on the clean channel. Of course, the foot switch that comes with this is basically the same as the other one. So, this is what you get. It has your effects on and off and your 3 channel buttons. So that's basic. And of course, you'll see in the pan, but there is a MIDI in the back if you want to do all your program-y crazy shit. So, alright, here we go. Oh, and this is tuned to a semitone down, so E flat, and then I dropped this. So, alright, so essentially what we're going to do here is I'm just going to keep the gain where I have it, and then I'll run through for channel 2 and 3 just to show you the spectrum of the gain on there. So. And because I had that effects button on there, I could switch the reverb on and off at will. So let me turn the flash back off, let you hear that. And that's of course with hall reverb on. Just for reference, since this has 3 settings, I'm going to click over to the spring. It's got spring plate and hall reverb, so this is, just for classic regular reverb tones. Here's a spring reverb for you. So there you go. I normally keep it on the hall, but So I like that big ambient kind of sound. So channel 2. I'm going to turn the reverb off and then we'll kick it back on there. Let's pick. Doesn't like me right now, so we're going to switch. So I don't know if you can hear it, but the channel 2 is a little bit less gainy than the 6L6 loaded model. But, I mean, it's hard to explain. It's just under what you would need for like modern metal. Like, you know, a couple things that come to mind would be like, I don't know, Avenged Sevenfold, All That Remains, bands like that, where it's kind of like it's just under that. You know, you put a tube screamer in front of it and you're there, basically. I mean, I know that's not ideal, and you know, people that want that extra gain will probably go with the 6L6 version of this amp because they still offer it. You know, this isn't replacing that. They offer both. So you have options depending on what you want and what you know, tonally what you're looking for. So, you know, if you want to know what that sounds like, I'm pretty sure I have a video up of a demo on that one. So, if, you know, go check that out. Or there's plenty of demos. I know a guy that I follow, Rob Chapman from over in England. He has a shit ton of stuff up with that thing. So, yeah. Anyway. This is with the reverb that I have in there. And that does add some depth to the sound. So if you have a reverb pedal, and of course this thing is only like $30, and it's really good, then, you know, it'll help with that, you know, getting that sound that you want. So there you go. Anyway, moving over to channel 3. This is going to be a short-ass video. Unless I talk for like 20 minutes like I usually do, because I'm a pain in the ass. So there you go, man. I mean, I swear, this thing just has everything that you would want. Just like the other one. I mean, it works well, and it sounds great. So, Now I'm going to go back to channel 2. I'll kick the delay in because I like to do this. Go back off the gain to half instead of full because I had it dimed out all the way up to 10 on channel 2. So I'll back that off and kick in the effects. I'll drop the mix down a little bit. So there you go, man. You know, as far as channel 3 goes, now this is only with the gain, mind you, on about a quarter. So just for sake of reference, this is now on half on the red. And just for shits and giggles, this is on full. So there you go. So that's pretty much it, man. I mean, there's not much else I can tell you or show you or let you listen to. It's straightforward as hell. Sounds awesome. So now, as promised, I'll give you a shot of the front and the back. So let me shut it down. Because I'm going to have to turn this around in order to show you the back. Because I can't get back here. It's too close to the... It's got enough room, but I just can't get a camera back here. All right. So... take this off the tripod. screen around. Okay, here we go. So, it's a Focusrite. It's not part of the amp. Anyway, so there you go. There's that. Here's your channel switch for 1 and 2. So basically where I had it set, or where I usually keep it, because, you know, I'm a metal guy, there's that. Now as you can see, we can see this, but that's how the knobs are for the gain and the volume. Little input jack there. So, you know, and it doesn't have a master, so that's basically how I usually have it set for the most part. Sometimes I crank it up a little bit, but for the sake of this video, I didn't want to clip the mic pretty harsh. So, yeah, and the EQ that's basically where I have it set. So, you know, good amount of bass, good amount of high end, and then the mid, and then I just round it out with presence and the resonance. Which it sounds good, and it cuts through a mix, because I've recently been recording some tracks, just noodling around trying to learn how to use Logic, because I recently bought a used Mac. So I'm going to set this down over here real quick and switch around the head. Get rid of this so you can see the back, and that'll conclude this. Turn it around. Hope it doesn't fall down, because that would suck. Alright, so I hope there's enough light back here for you to capture it, for me to capture this. So there's your main. Little fuse here, your power switches, and then headphone, MIDI, foot switch, the effects loop, and if you can preamp out your resonance, your impedance switches, which this cabinet is an 8 ohm cabinet, so that's where I have it set. You can also select between your 4 and your 16, depending on your setup, and of course your jacks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much more I could show you. So in case you're wondering, that's the guitar I was using. No neck pickup. I disconnected that because I'm looking to put the Seymour Duncans in here anyway. So, and I wanted a kind of a kill switch effect. So that's pretty much the only way you can do it, is to rip out the wires on the pickup. So anyway, next will be a review on this thing, Schecter, new Schecter, Schecter 7. 7 Schecters to rule them all. Yes. I'm a goofball. Anyway, so like I said, if you're interested in the other one, there is a video on my channel with the 606 version of this. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Be sure to comment if you have any questions, or if you just want to tell me I'm being a dumbass. It's fine. Subscribe if you choose. If not, then okay. Anyway, peace out. See you later. Bye-bye.